What's going on, guys? Cody McBroom here with Tailored Coaching Method. Today we're doing another IG Q&A, so I'm taking questions from my Instagram. You can follow me at cody.boomboom to ask me your specific questions, and today I'm going to answer those, and they're all going to be centered around mindset, being growth-minded, pursuing personal development, success, entrepreneurship, so on and so forth. The first question is from Anna D _ citizen of the universe. How did you create consistency to perform your morning rituals? I am wondering if you have some tips. So I think morning routines are something that are really, really good for a lot of people. I think that most people should have some kind of ritual or routine to get them mentally engaged in the day, make sure they're positive, make sure they're optimistic, and most of all, make sure they're motivated to get to work. If we just wake up and go, it's very hard to get into that place. So there's a few recommendations I have, and one thing I will say before I go into those recommendations is that this will change and evolve over time. I thought I had the perfect morning routine so many different times in my life, but as you perform that morning routine consistently, it doesn't have as big of an effect on you as it once had because it's not new. It doesn't give you that novelty stimulus, right? When you go into a new training program, there's that novelty effect that is so exciting, but after 6 weeks of doing the same thing, you start to get kind of bored and you realize you need to change that training. Well, the same thing applies to morning routine. You need to change it as you evolve and adapt as a person to make sure that you are constantly growing and changing and adapting your morning routine to suit where you are at in your life. Because as you grow, you will face different struggles, different battles, different problems, and have to solve different situations. So it's important for you to adapt with your morning routine and with your life. Now, the first thing I recommend with creating a morning routine is to have a start time on your day that is when you check all notifications. If you wake up at 6 in the morning and you have a start time of 10, that means from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., you are going through personal development and deep work that has nothing to do with emails or social media or text messages. And that means, and this is exactly what I do, I wake up, I go through my morning ritual, I meditate, I journal, I read, I go through my positive affirmations and gratitude, I go for my walk, usually takes me about an hour, and then I have 2 to 3 full hours to just do deep work. So if I need to write copy on the website, if I need to write a blog, if I need to write newsletters, if I need to create content captions in a Word doc, anything I can do that's really deep dive work in my business, in my life, that doesn't involve other people communicating with me. I don't want to be subdued to email notifications, Instagram notifications. Once I check those, they control my day. So it's important to create success, productivity, and power before you start diving into social media in your email inbox. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing for everybody, because it keeps you not distracted. It keeps you very clear and productive during your morning routine. Now, some simple things to throw into your morning routine that I always recommend is something for your mind, something for your body, and something for your life, right? And probably something for your business. So if I go into this with the idea of something for my body, I'm gonna drink a greens drink with 12 to 16 ounces of water. So right away in the morning, I'm hydrating myself and I'm putting a bunch of good nutrients in my body. A multivitamin is great, real food is great, superfood supplements like green shakes, they're not magical, but there's a mental thing that happens when I wake up and drink that right away because it puts me into a healthy mindset for the rest of my day. From there, I go on a walk, bright and early in the morning or dark and early in the morning because I wake up between 5:30 and 6. I'm moving my body. So I'm nourishing my body and I'm moving my body, and that's going to get my brain thinking better. From there, I work on my life. I write my gratitude, I write my positive focus, I go through my journal. Then I will read, usually studying my business or some personal development. And last but not least, I send my appreciation to somebody in my life that is a loved one. Whether that's leaving a note for my wife, it's texting a coworker or a friend, or it's calling my dad. It doesn't matter. The point is I'm sharing appreciation to somebody else, not for them, but for me, to remind me of what I am grateful for. So if you go through your morning and you implement the meditation, the journaling, the movement, the greens drink, the appreciation text, I can promise you your day is going to start 10 times better. And as long as you don't check all these other notifications, you're gonna get so much work done before 10 or 11 a.m. whenever you set that timer than most people get all day. There's plenty of times where I realize it's 10 a.m. and I've done more work than the normal person does in a full working day. But it's exactly because of this. Second question comes from Keel _ VOD. I am at a crossroads. Military or fitness entrepreneur? How do you unpack your destiny? That's a really, really tough question. I would highly recommend a few specific books. I would recommend The Alchemist first and foremost because it's going to really show you what your passion is. It's going to help you lead to your personal legend. That's what they talk about in the journey, is finding that thing for you. I would also recommend The Leader Who Had No Title. It's a book more about work ethic, but it's going to teach you a lot about yourself and how to grow. And then last but not least, I would recommend reading The Dream Giver. The Dream Giver is it's a really, really powerful story about finding your dream. What is that dream and what's getting in the way of that dream? Now, I can't tell you exactly what you should do for a career, but I know in my own life, I had to have an ignorant self-belief in myself and an obsession of curiosity of what I could create. So if you chase creation, if you chase this obsessive curiosity to see what your best self is like, what your greatest life is like, your greatest career is like, you are gonna have so much ambition to find more and seek more. You need to do whatever allows you to do that. If it's climbing the ranks in the military and helping our country, great. If it's diving into fitness entrepreneurship and creating your own empire, great. All that matters is you are chasing something that is your personal legend. It's something that has meaning to you. It's that thing you can't stop thinking about. It's that thing is, if you do not do this, you're gonna live with regret. And I would rather you take the risk of starting a new career than live with the regret of never even trying and wondering what if. Regret is one of the most painful things you can live with because you can't take back what has already been done in the past. So if you have a chance to go in the direction that is really, really for you, whether that's fitness because that's your passion but you're pulled to the military, or it's the military but you're pulled to fitness because that's all you know, you need to go with whatever your heart and your gut tells you to do. At the end of the day, nobody can give you great advice. You can read all these books, you can focus on what you love, you can journal on it, you can go on a spiritual journey, you can do all these kinds of things, but at the end of the day, there's a reason your gut is telling you one of those answers. Go with that. All right, last question for today is from I'm Brittany Cather. My wife doesn't know what she wants to do for her business. She's 28 years old this year. What's her first move? So I think that this is very, very similar to the last question that I just answered, and I did that on purpose, but I think that this one, it really comes down to creating one specific long-term plan and not having a plan B. You know, if you look at any very, very successful entrepreneur or business owner and ask them, did you have a plan B if this didn't work out? And I guarantee 99.9% of them will say no. There is no plan B, because if there's a plan B, you don't have enough confidence in the plan A to actually make it happen. You always have something to lean on. But if plan A is the only plan, it's the only thing you can do, you have no other options, and if you do not make it, then you have nothing. You will find a way to accomplish it. So first recommendation is whatever business you're talking about, whatever industry you're going into, whatever thing you're trying to accomplish, that is your only plan. Focus on the one thing, another great book. That one thing is your thing and you're not gonna do anything else because there is no plan B. Next, study the topic. Whatever the thing is, engulf yourself in learning. Every single day you should be studying that industry. If it's training or fitness like it is for me, every single day I was reading out of textbooks, I was watching YouTube videos, I was listening to podcasts, I was attending seminars as often as I could, I was interning and shadowing other coaches that were better than me. I was doing everything I could to educate myself, and I didn't care how long it took. So my biggest recommendation is get so knowledgeable in your craft that it's undoubtedly going to be successful, because there's no way it couldn't. You're so good at what you do. The last thing I would say is to create a 3 to 5 year plan. A lot of times people think about 1-year plans or 90-day outcomes, which I do as well, but the problem with those is that you kind of set the bar pretty low, because it's not that far away. I can visualize a year from now. I literally can't even imagine where I'm gonna be in 3 years, in 5 years. I don't know what life's gonna be like. I don't know what my daughter's gonna turn into. I don't know what the business is gonna flourish and do. I don't know who else is gonna be on our team. I don't know what clients I'm gonna be working with. There's no telling. But if I create this massive vision for 3 to 5 years away, and I make it so vivid, I write it out, I detail it out, I make sure I know what my day, my week, my month, my life, my team, my work, my career, everything looks like with a vivid image, I can almost guarantee you that I would accomplish it well before 3 to 5 years, because it's so clear that I can reverse engineer that process and understand exactly what to do. So in other words, what I'm saying, create a big 3 to 5 year goal, make it so clear that you have it all imagined out, and just get to work. Because if it is a truly vivid image for 3 to 5 years from now, you will hit that much sooner because you're doing the work, you reverse engineer the process, and you know what to do to get to that place. All right, guys, that's a wrap on our mindset Q&A. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the videos that we release. And if you want to ask me a question specifically about you, make sure you follow me on Instagram @Cody.boomboom, because that's where I engage most, that's where I put most of my content, and that's where I'll get your questions.